So I recently had a rant about Rolling Stone's 250 greatest songs of the 21st century so far. And my rant was about Kanye West, how Kanye only has 2 songs. All the Lights was at 223, and Jesus Walks was at 75. And Beyonce has like 6 songs, and Ye should at least have 5 of his own. So I ranted and raved about that. So then I started looking at the list again. I was looking at the top 50 who was in it. And Steve Lacy, he was at number 20 with Bad Habit. Good song, but I don't know if it's number 20. And then Frank Ocean's at number 10 with Thinking About You. You know, that's a good song, but honest to God, I think we've overrated Frank. No one even knows where he is. At least Lauryn Hill is still around. Tour, I don't even know. But do I like Frank Ocean? Yeah, but I really think we've overrated him over the past decade or so. But when I was looking at that list, I was like, wait, where's Bruno Mars? And then I saw this thing, and they said he doesn't have any songs to the 250 songs. None. I was like, wait a minute. It's bad enough that Ye only has 2 songs. You can't have 21st century songs and not have Bruno Mars on this list at all. Like, to me, he is the premier songwriter of his generation. Is he Stevie Wonder? No. But whenever people say, like, Taylor Swift's, like, no. Bruno has always had the ability to change styles, change personas when it comes to, like, every album's always different. Change the way he produces music. It's not like Taylor. There's a sameness to Taylor. Vocally, there's a sameness. Musically, there's a sameness. Album-wise, there's a sameness. Every time you get a new Bruno Mars track, and I think he has a new album coming out soon, it's always something different. But you're telling me, Rolling Stone, once again, that Bruno Mars doesn't have any songs that's in the 250 greatest songs of the 21st century so far. I'm going to do the same thing for Bruno that I did to Ye. I'm going to pull out the notepad and tell you the songs that at least one of them, which he should have like 4 or 5, at least one of them should have been on his list. All right. Runaway. That was a good old school track, but let's get in deep in this. Uptown Funk. White people love Uptown Funk. I loved Uptown Funk when it first came out. But then it's like every white wedding I went to, they kept on playing Uptown Funk. It's like, listen, damn it. It's even the electric slide of Uptown Funk. But it's great. Uptown Funk is great. Uptown Funk. Just the Way You Are. That's a song that white people love. The Once Upon a Time, I thought. Grenade, one of my personal favorites. Early Bruno, Grenade is fantastic. Locked Out of Heaven. Something to feel like there's a locked out of heaven. But I couldn't make the list. 24 Karat Magic. 24 Magic Karat City Girl. That couldn't make the list. Treasure. Treasure's so good. When I Was Your Man. That's What I Like. If there's one Bruno Mars song, let's say you say we can only put one Bruno song Mars on here. That's What I Like should have been number 20. Where Steve Lacy is at number 20. Where Frank Ocean is at number 10. That should have been Bruno Mars. That's What I Like. That's what I like. That's what I like. How can you not have that song in the 250 songs? Okay. Leave the Door Open, Silk Sonic. That was a seismic shift in R&B. Oh, I hope it should have been a seismic shift. We're post-pandemic, and out of nowhere, this collaboration with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak comes up. And it feels like, man, what year is this? 1972? Oh my God, this song is brilliant. Leave the Door Open couldn't make this list. Cardi B's Bodak Yellow, and I'm not busting on Cardi. I like Cardi. But man, if that's 73, where does Leave the Door Open? You got that Skate. Smoking Out the Window. Smoking out the window. Oh, oh. You could have had that at 185. Tease Me of Cardi B. I love that song. Even if that song was like in 259, 249, Tease Me would have been fine. Versace on the Floor. Finesse with Cardi. Marry You. I thought the white folks loved Marry You. Lazy Song with Travis McCoy. Not my favorite Bruno song, but that was early Bruno. Nothing But You with B.O.B. Go watch that video. If you want to see a feel-good video, hear a feel-good song, and when Bruno's wearing his little hat, Nothing But You. If they had Nothing But You at number 250, I would have been fine with that. Should be higher, but that's such a good song and a great-looking video. That couldn't make the list? Oh yeah, let's get to now. I have these two songs. They're newer, and maybe there was a cutoff point. Apt with Rose, and maybe there was a cutoff point, and maybe they couldn't include it in there. But Die of a Smile. Even if you was a cutoff point and you said, man, we can't put Die of a Smile in there. You should have found a way to put Die of a Smile on there. With him and Lady Gaga. It won Record of Song of the Year at the Grammys. Gaga won Artist of the Year at the MTV Awards. She should be nominated for Album of the Year for Mayhem, which features Die of a Smile. Technically, that was the first song off that album, even though the album wasn't out yet. Die of a Smile was the first song for Mayhem. It's still tracking. It's still tracking. Go look at the views on YouTube. Die of a Smile is still crazy. App got more numbers because it's Rose from Blackpink. But if you look at the numbers for Die of a Smile, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's still breaking records over a year from its release. But fine, we'll cut that off. Maybe they couldn't fit those songs on there. But all the rest of these songs that I mentioned, that's what I like. Treasure, Grenade, Runaway, Uptown Funk, Skate, Smoking Out the Window, Tease Me, Finesse, Uptown Funk. You guys in your wisdom at Rolling Stone magazine couldn't find at least 2 of these songs. Y'all gave Ye 2. Should have had 5. You could at least give Bruno 2 songs. The greatest songwriter of his generation. I argue with you, who's better than him? Boygenius, I hate to be picking on Boygenius. Boygenius has 3 songs within the top 200. If I just run around and ask somebody, hey, can you name me 2 Boygenius songs? They can't do it. Who was at the table? Because they said their staff sat down and put this list together. You mean nobody at Billboard magazine fought for Bruno Mars? Nobody. Technically, that means there was nobody like me at the table, Gen Xer, black male, sitting at the table saying, like, where's Bruno? We can't have 250 songs and not have Bruno Mars. Like, what type of list is this? Because it'll look like we're fraudulent. So I don't know if there weren't, the staff was more female than male. Because most of the top 5 is interesting. Top 5, Missy was number 1, Get Your Freak On. 2 is the Yeah Yeah Yes. And listen, I love the Yeah Yeah Yes, but they said like that's the number 2 song of the century. Beyonce's there for Crazy in Love. The only guy that I think is in the top 5 is Jack White with the White Stripes. Him and Meg with Seven Nation Army. And then number 5 is Taylor Swift of All Too Well. It's like, come on. Who put this list together? Why? Ain't no way. All Too Well is not better than any of these Bruno Mars songs. I'm disgusted. This is an open invitation to Rolling Stone magazine to reach out to me and tell me what is your criteria for not having any Bruno Mars songs in this 250. And also, I would like to know, when you have your staff, is there people like me, fellas like me, who is passionate about pop culture and music, who's not on your staff? Because it seems like after my video about Ye and my video about Bruno, there's nobody fighting for these artists like me. And that's a damn shame.